is Carly and welcome to my April Currently Inked, which I'm actually filming at the end of March because I've pretty much ran out of ink in the pens that I inked up for March, and I didn't really want to refill them, so I'm filming this a tiny bit too early for my comfort, but we're just going to run with it. And as usual, as in the last few months, I've picked a theme that is quite a seasonal theme for April here in the UK. And maybe I'm going to not mention it straight away. Maybe you can determine or realize what I'm going for. And we're starting off with green, because March for me wasn't a very green month. I had one green. So now we're doing most of that in April. And as usual, I'm doing like a big swatch on this side and a round swatch on the other, because I really like to see sort of the full palette on one side. And to swatch, I'm using a pipette and the cap of a Diamine 30 milliliter bottle, because that's really, it gives like a lovely effect. And the first one is Jacobin Vert Olive. And I just fell in love with this type of green over the last few, maybe 2 weeks, because this is one of the pens. That's my Jinhao 20 in Celestial Jade with a rose gold trim and a fine nib. And this is actually one of the combinations I've trialed. Basically, as soon as I got this pen, I inked it up with this ink, and it's been amazing ever since. So I've decided to take it into the official lineup. So that is the Jacobin Vert Olive, and that's in my Jinhao 20, and that's the Celestial Jade colorway with a rose gold trim and a fine nib. And I really found that this pen is a much wetter writer than my Jinhao 10. I've been really enjoying it. So this is how we're starting off into the green. I realized recently that I have a weakness, apparently, for green pens. So, so the next green is going to be Roland Klingner Altgoldgrün, which is just an amazing shader too. I've already played around with this ink a bit, and I think this really deserves of the hype around it. Not too much. I think last ones I did sort of a spoon swatch on this side. So this time I want to see how it looks. Where did I put the Diamine bottle? Ooh, yeah, there we go. So just a lovely green. So I've went with two quite bright greens. But they're sort of, to me, they're really symbolizing sort of the freshness of the new leaf starting out. I put Alcohol green in my Aswine P20 in the green marble colorway with a medium nib. Let's go cleaner. Gold green. And I really hope that with this medium nib that I really get a lot of shading on it. I used it in a fine nib before and it was okay, but I'm really hoping for maximum impact here. Aswine P20, green marble, that's a medium nib. And figure 8s. Yeah. So already I've just inked it up. I haven't written with it yet, and so far that's already exactly what I wanted. So good for me. Then the next one is Diamine Chopper Chocolate that is standing in for my brown of the month. But I think I put it sort of in there. Put this in the middle. Oh wow, okay, I put way too much ink down. But just thank God I put it in the middle where I have more space to smoosh it around. It's going to take ages to dry. Well, you live and you learn. Okay. And that's in my latest, not my latest, but my latest big acquisition in the Caffeine Withdrawal by Black Robin pens. My second ever maker pen. So this is Diamine, and it's Inkvent ink triple chocolate. Sorry, this is a sunny day, so there's actually the lighting is going to be not great, but yeah, I'm just happy that the sun shines, to be honest. Okay, so this is the model. So that's Black Robin pens, and the model is Grand Arial. I always want to call it Arial Grand. Not sure why. And that's the Caffeine Withdrawal is the colorway. Has a medium number 6 Gyobo nib, and this is actually a Jonathan Brooks resin, and it's so beautiful. So yeah, that's the first ever ink I used in it, and I like it so much that I want to take it into the official currently inked. And now we're getting to the exciting part. So now I'm going to finally open the Diamine bottle. And this is not my sort of, this color is not exciting because of its own, but because it's like how I want to use it in combination with all the others. This is Diamine China Blue, which is sort of a very vibrant royal blue. The swatch online looks very much more periwinkle to me, which is actually why I bought it originally, because periwinkle seems to be the kind of blue that I really like. But for this theme, it works very well. So this is my, oh, I should have done the ink first. It's the Kakuno and the Romy series. And that's this blue with a medium nib. I mean, that works really well. I hate the Con 40. I was covered in ink earlier because I've sort of resigned myself, okay, I'm going to do like a tiny fill first, and then I'm going to do a refill, like a proper refill with a syringe. That's an Asvine ink syringe. They work pretty well because you can operate them one-handed. So you basically can do it like this. I hope you saw that. So the ink is Diamine China Blue. That's just from the, I didn't do any figure 8s for Triple Chocolate. I'm going to do that now. Thankfully, just make sure that I don't smudge everything around it. So, already this is pretty striking. But now comes the combination that I've been really looking for, because like not really looking for, but the combination I'm really excited about. And this is again another Rohreinklinger, and this is Cassia, and it's just the punchiest purple. I know it's difficult to sort of do the whole vibe thing with just 5 colors, but I hope you see what I'm getting at when I let you know sort of what this theme was. You see that? It's just wow. So go a bit into the blue, because sort of the combination of the purple and the blue, that's what I'm really after. Okay, and I have put this in my Lamy Aeon. I don't have any purple pens, but I got really excited when I remembered, hang on, I have a black pen, and this looks amazing. So, do it right this time. And Klinger. I love this. This is amazing, because I had, like, last month I had the Poussière de Lune by Urbain, which is way more like a reddish purple, and I think that looks so cool. Okay, and that is the Lamy Aeon matte black and a medium nib. Actually, with this ink, it writes like a medium. With the Lamy ink I had in there before, it was quite dry. I mean, this is freshly inked. Maybe it will sort of, well, but I just love the color combination, especially like that, such a sleek pen, really. Okay, I'm going to let this dry and then bring you a bit closer. Okay, we are almost dry, and the big ones will take a while. So first we have Verlief by Jacobon, one of my, at the moment, favorite inks. It's so vivid. it brings to mind like the first green shoots coming out and spring really springing, and I just love it for it. I've been sort of mildly obsessed with it for like the last week or so. Then Aurora and Klingner, I got grün with like the amazing shadings. I'm really having high hopes for this. Then Diamine Triple Chocolate with like a slight black haloing, and just also lovely shading, and it's paired with the pen it's in, it's perfection. Then China Blue by Diamond with like a slight red halo. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if the light will allow that. But there's a sort of not bright red, more like a bronze halo. So yeah, one of the reasons, so not just because the Pilot cocoon is the blue one, but also because it has a small converter. That was one of the reasons why I put it in this one, because I don't want, this is sort of the royal, the school exercise composition book blue that I'm not very in love with. So this is why I want to use it in the color palette, but I don't want to overdo it. And then Aura and Klingner Cassia, which is just a joy. So yeah, I really hope that it continues to perform this well in the Lamy, that this is just not just sort of beginning. So let me line these up. Just make sure that I'm in frame. So this month the pens sort of work as well together, but not like last month. I really had the pens just having their own color thing going on. So the color palette for April is based on the bluebell woods around my area, because I mean, now with the weather as it is, it's quite cool in the night. So let's see, I have a friend coming beginning of April. I would love to be able to show her the bluebell woods, but this is a very good approximation of the color of the bluebells, because some of it goes into purple, but it's sort of blurple. So yeah, this is what I'm really hoping to do, sort of the fresh green, the trees, and then you have the carpet of bluebells. I really hope that I have a picture of, I think my brother took one of me in the bluebell wood. If I find it, I put it up on the screen. And it's just the most amazing time of year. And this is why for this April, I wanted to go with this color theme. Are there any inks that you might think of that would work perfectly in this sort of area? Yeah, I would love to hear from you if you have any suggestions for me, what I need to check out. And then I'll let you know how I'm getting on with these ones. I'm really exciting. As I said, it's a bit early, really, but I've started a new manuscript and I'm going through the ink like no one's business. So I actually needed to ink up some more pens, and so I've done it a bit early. I will post it sort of in the first Wednesday or Sunday in the month, but by then I probably have a good idea of how this is working for me. Thank you so much for watching and for being here with me as I ponder palettes and nib sizes and pens, and then I see you soon.